Good morning, honorable members. May we take this opportunity for silent prayer and meditation. Amen. Honorable members, we will now go through the obituaries, which is item 2 on the order paper. We will then take a moment to remember in our thoughts and prayers all those souls who have departed from us since our last sitting, either due to natural causes or otherwise. Mr. Harry Belafonte, singer, actor, and civil rights activist, who worked closely with South African artists, including the late Miriam Makeba, to ensure South Africa's struggle against apartheid remained in the international spotlight and on international agenda. Mr. Chris Che Matlako, South African Communist Party Central Committee member and General Secretary of the Friends of Cuba Society in South Africa, who contributed to the struggle for social justice and the emancipation of all those at the bottom of the economic pyramid. All victims of gender-based violence, femicide, and hate crime, public servants and traditional leaders of this province and the country at large, victims of road fatalities in our province during the recent past. Honorable members, let's then now observe a moment of silence to honor all those who have gone before us. Others may not have been mentioned here. May their souls rest in peace.
Amen.
Honorable members, we will go to announcement. The first announcement is regarding the reason for the sitting of today. Honorable members, thank you for making yourselves available for today's special sitting. The Office of the Speaker was advised to call a special sitting in order to comply with the National Council of Provinces process and to enable the legislature to participate in the mandate required at the NCOP. Today's special sitting is being held to deal with the debate and voting on the conferral of a final mandate on the Division of Revenue Bill, Bill 2 of 2023. Honorable members, I trust you will find this to be in order and pardon us for the short notice of the sitting of today. We will move to 3.2, which is a ruling on virtual sitting and voting. Honorable members are reminded that this is a special sitting with members having connected virtually. The sitting will be conducted in terms of our standing rules. Rule 2884 of the rules states that the presiding officer or chairperson must, before or at the start of the discussion on the matter, expressly inform members if a party vote will be taken. Close quote. In line with the above rule, honorable members, I confirm that voting will take place on the one Division of Revenue Bill, Bill 2, 2023, and a party vote is a collective vote on behalf of all the members of a party present at this virtual sitting, up to the total membership of that party in the sitting. I will, however, allow an opportunity for any individual member to vote differently from his or her party or to abstain if any member wishes to do so. We will now, honorable members, proceed with the rest of the matters on the order paper, and the next one is apologies. We have received the following apologies: Honorable Irab, Honorable Elmbai Peli, Honorable Tipim Tetwa, Honorable M. Gavenda, and Honorable Esther Kurrajbanzi, who all have an appointment with the U.S. Embassy regarding their visas. Honorable members, we will now go to Africa Month. Each year on May 25, Africans around the globe celebrate Africa Day. The day commemorates the founding of the first Union of African Countries in 1963. Africa Day is an opportunity for Africans to remember that on that day, African countries signed the Charter of the Organization of African Union, which later evolved into the African Union. And this, the month of May, is known and remembered as the Africa Month. Honorable members, you are also urged to submit your disclosure of financial interest forms. The deadline for submission was the 30th of April, which was Sunday. For any assistance in this regard, please liaise with Mr. Nishan Sukrach, who is the manager on legal services. We will then now move to the next item, which is number 4 on the order paper, announcements or reports by the Premier. Honorable Premier will give this opportunity to you to make your announcements if you have any, ma'am.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. We do not have announcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Premier. We will now go to item 5, tabling of reports or papers. The Portfolio Committee on Finance tables the report of their report on finance on the division of Revenue Bill 2 of 2023. The Portfolio Committee on Premier tables the report on the scrutiny of subordinate legislation in terms of Rule 1542 of the Standing Rules, and also tables the KwaZulu-Natal scrutiny of subordinate legislation Bill 2023. Honorable members, is there any other tabling that may not be recorded? Seeing that there is none, honorable members, we will then move to item number 6, which is formal motions or notices by the Chief Whip. We'll give this opportunity to the Honorable Chief Whip to make any notices or motions. Honorable Chief Whip.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to all members. There are no formal motions and notices. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chief Whip. We will now, honorable members, go to the main order of the day, which is item 7.1. And we will start with the report by the chairperson of the Finance Portfolio Committee on the division of Revenue Bill for 5 minutes. The Honorable Sinkosi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Can you allow us to switch off our mic so that we are not interrupted? Are you hearing us, Honorable Speaker, as we are making this special request?
And so is your time ticking already, Honorable Nkos. We are on your 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We'll make up for the lost time. Thank you very much for allowing us to table this report on behalf of the Finance Portfolio Committee of this province. We want to indicate that the NSOP referred to this division of Revenue Bill on the 27th of March 2023 to you, Honorable Speaker, who in turn referred it to the Finance Portfolio Committee as the relevant Portfolio Committee to consider this bill. The Finance Portfolio Committee received a special briefing on the bill from the National Treasury officials on the 19th of April 2023. The process that we followed was as follows. In accordance with the Section 118, subsection 1A of the Constitution of the Republic, the committee must facilitate public involvement in the legislative process. Accordingly, the bill and a notice calling for written submissions on the bill were both placed on the legislature's website. Further, notices on the bill were published in various newspapers as well as the KZN legislature's Facebook page and its Twitter feed, calling for submission on the bill as well as providing details of public hearings. The committee held a hybrid public hearing on the 19th of April at the Legislature main chamber. The briefing on the bill by the National Treasury and the public hearings on the 19th of May were also streamed live in the Finance Portfolio Committee Facebook page which has more than 600 followers, its YouTube social media page, as well as the Twitter feed of the KZN Legislature, thereby promoting public access and involvement in the bill. The committee received no written comments or submissions from the members of the public. Then this is our decision. The NSOP dates for the consideration of the negotiating and final mandates on the bill are the 26th of April 2023 and the 3rd of May 2023, respectively. The Finance Portfolio Committee met to consider the negotiating mandate on the bill on the 19th of April, and a negotiating mandate was conferred in support of the bill. On the 26th of April 2023, the NSOP Select Committee on Appropriations met to consider the provincial negotiating mandates. No amendments to the bill emanated from that particular meeting. Honorable Speaker, this is the recommendation of the Finance Portfolio Committee to your Honorable House. The Finance Portfolio Committee agreed to confer negotiating mandate to the NSOP in support of the bill. And it further recommends to the House that we should, because there was no amendments arising from the NSOP meeting on the 26th of April 2023, that this House adopts the report of the Finance Portfolio Committee in respect of this bill. And we conferred the authority on the head of the provincial delegation to the NSOP, or a delegate designated by the head of delegation, to cast a vote in favor of the division of revenue bill. This is the final mandate, Honorable Speaker, that we are persuading your House to support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. We will now give the debate to parties. And ironically, the first speaker on behalf of the ANC is Honorable S. Nkosi for 7 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving us this opportunity to debate soon after the 29th Freedom Anniversary in our land. We remember vividly the joy we had when we voted for the first time on the 27th of April 1994, with the sole aim of putting our liberation movement in a seat where it would address the challenges that are facing the majority of our people. We couldn't wait to see our Nelson Mandela take up his rightful position as the head of the democratic government. Only a fool who does not see gains achieved in the past 29 years will have to campaign and ensure that ANC wins in the 2024 general election so that it continues the addressing of the triple challenges. Honorable Speaker, as the ANC, we fully supported the division of the revenue bill, which distributes more than 2.034 trillion rand among the three spheres of our government. We note that our tax base is in urban areas, but rural areas receive more. Both the rural provinces and rural municipalities receive high allocations compared to their urban counterparts. As KZN, which is a rural province, would have not made the mistake of not supporting this bill for the reasons that I've mentioned above. In terms of this bill, 9 provinces divide among themselves 695.072 billion rand. Gauteng gets the biggest slice due to its high population, and we follow as KZN closely with a difference of 5.9 billion rand. Our total budget for KZN is 142.267 billion rand, which accounts for 97%. The 3% shortfall must come from the provincial taxes, which Honorable MEC for Finance declared when she tabled the provincial budget in March, which this August House of yours, Honorable Speaker, approved it on the 21st of April 2023. Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, we appreciate that this bill factored in amounts which aim to address some pressures mainly in the departments of education, health, and social development. I must quickly declare that it is not enough. The Finance Portfolio Committee raised this strongly with the National Treasury and advised that such pressures be addressed during the midterm budget reviews. We told the National Treasury that these three departments have huge shortfalls in their COE budgets. Thus, education could not fund over 6,000 posts. We quickly raised the issue of more cut from education, which occurred when the wage allocation was recorded by the National Treasury. And we advised that this money be brought back to KwaZulu-Natal. On the question of health, we indicated that health is unable to employ nurses, cleaners, porters, and other category employees. The National Treasury agreed to take up these issues and will wait patiently for the amendment of the budget in October 2023. We could not leave out the huge shortfall in public works in the area of property rates. National Treasury also committed itself to look into it as well. We don't raise unsubstantial issues when we engage the National Treasury. We also expressed our displeasure for the centralization of the Housing Emergency Disaster Grant, basing our argument on poor performance of indirect grants generally, despite the claims of added capacity by the National Department of Human Settlement. We remain unconvinced on this claim. We don't believe that that capacity is there. Honorable Speaker, looking at this bill, we felt that it was prudent to support it without any reservation. My ANC mandated me to support this bill. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The next speaker for 5 minutes is the Honorable V.F. Hlabisa, Leader of Official Opposition.
Honorable Speaker and honorable members. Honorable Speaker, let me firstly express my apology. I had sent a message as I have just arrived in the legislature for the Premier's portfolio. My gadget is refusing to open. I will just speak from the head, Honorable Speaker, in terms of the bill. The IFP notes that we meet today following yesterday when it was a National Workers' Day holiday where we were commemorating and also reflecting on the gains in respect to working people in our country. But we also noted the challenges and the plight of our workers as well as the unemployed people in our country. The unemployment rate, as reported in the last quarter of 2022, was very high, and a population of 7.8 million was reported to be unemployed, looking for work, and also want to work. The IFP there says, as we give the final mandate to the DORA, it will be an indictment if this money will not be utilized in full in order to deal with the challenge of unemployment and improving the living conditions of our people. We noted the increase in the equitable share in relation to education, health, and transport. We also noted the increase in terms of the municipalities, but also appeal that the modification in terms of the electrification program to move to the solar system and other technological devices, the municipalities must be assisted in order for our people to access this funding in order to deal with the challenges being faced as a result of the load shedding. The IFP, therefore, have no reservation in granting the final mandate on the DORA as it is being debated today. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. The next speaker on behalf of the DA is the Honorable F.A. Rogers.
Thank you very much, Speaker. It would be amiss of me not to respond to Honourable KK, our chairperson of the finance portfolio. I would certainly hesitate to try and campaign for votes during a division of revenue bill and try and convince ANC voters to vote ANC when the majority of our children are going hungry in our province. I really think that's a missed opportunity that perhaps Honourable Nkosi could have given us some direction and a way forward. But be that as it may, if we're going to play politics in the division of revenue, let's play those politics. Speaker, obviously the Democratic Alliance welcomes any additional funding through the division of revenue bill. A couple of concerns that I picked up: the 20 billion rand additional allocation for compensation of employees on education. Treasury was unable to give us the breakdown of what the provincial allocation for that was or is going to be, and obviously that's a concern. We need to know what our shortfall is going to be and exactly what National Treasury is going to be funding out of that. We also, and I welcomed during the committee's engagement with National Treasury, the back pay for the Izinduna. I, of course, did raise that this province has been paying an unfunded mandate since 2017 on the annual remuneration of the Izinduna. Treasury had said that they had not yet got any request from the province to refund us that remuneration, and one again would have hoped that this province would get some assistance for the years and years of that unfunded mandate that we've been funding. We certainly could do with the money when it comes to our departments of education, our departments of health, and various other critical portfolios. But having said that, Speaker, the Democratic Alliance supports the report and certainly supports the mandate on the division of revenue to the NCOP.
Thank you. The next member is on behalf of the EFF, Honorable M.W. Twala for 3 minutes.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. As the economic freedom fighters, we're debating a division of revenue.
Honorable Twala, may you kindly show yourself?
Yes, Speaker. Yes, as the economic freedom fighters, we're debating a division of revenue bill. The division of revenue bill is a bill that is introduced by the Minister of Finance in the National Assembly to allocate revenue that was collected by SARS. The economic freedom fighters has maintained that the current revision of revenue bill perpetuates apartheid economy. Our people continue to travel long distances to work, live in rural areas, and they do not have clean and drinkable water. They do not have roads and electricity. Also, they do not have jobs. Also, I heard that the honorable member of the IFP, VF Shabisa, has advanced that there should be additional funding to municipalities. But we are still waiting and to see the IFP providing basic services to our people in areas like Tumzinyati, in areas like Uthugela district, where the IFP salindeli impendulo of 237 million of fruitless and wasteful expenditure. And at Tumzinyati, the most underdeveloped district, where they raked up to 875 million in unauthorized and fruitless expenditure, and 31 million of fruitless and wasteful expenditure. the IFP has taken a position that is ready to govern, whereas our people live in dire and deplorable conditions under their rule in some areas. Yes, we all agree that the ANC has failed our people in the province and in the country entirely. But imagine being led by and being given ideas by the directionless and myopic, ideological, confused Inkatha right-wingers. We refuse to be advised by the IFP in this platform, because go and see the conditions and the state of the municipalities that are governed by this very IFP, which continues to loot the ratepayers' money under this government where they are governing. Our people, they don't have basic services under this IFP. We refuse to listen to this directionless and myopic IFP. They have audacity in Newcastle to hire marquees of millions, paying millions to service providers, whilst our people at Blabush, they do not have flushing toilets. Then they come here and masquerade as people who are going to provide solutions for this province. We refuse to listen to such. Honorable Speaker, our people, our municipalities, except eThekwini, they do not have, they can't collect revenue for services they render because our people live in poverty. Madam Speaker, while those are political and policy issues that must be debated by all regarding this revenue bill.
Your time is, member.
Only 3 minutes. I thought it's 6.
No, it's 3 minutes. Your time is up. Thank you so much, Honorable
I
Member.
just focus on IFP.
Now we will. Now we will go to the next honorable member, which is Honorable Shinga of the NFP for 1 minute.
Honorable Speaker, greetings to you and honorable members this morning. We welcome the report tabled by the chairperson of the Finance Portfolio Committee, and we are happy to learn that the Division of Revenue Bill went through our people through social media and even through the legislature pages so that people of KwaZulu-Natal could interact with it. We note the grant on the health facility revitalization grant, the allocation there, Honorable Speaker. Also, we are happy that the Department of Health can now fill vacancies of which there's been an outcry over the years, and therefore compromising service delivery and also putting strain on the employees on site. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we support the Division of Revenue Bill. Thank you.
Thank you. The next member according to the speaker's list, is Honorable Esther Rajbanzi of the MF, who has apologized. We will now move on to Honorable M.E. Phakathi of the ATM for 1 minute.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The ATM has engaged a bill, and the ATM has nothing that we can say except supporting such an initiative. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable M. Phakathi. We will now move on to the Honorable S.E. Manqele of the ACDP for 1 minute, the whip of the minorities.
Greeting you, Madam Speaker, and all protocol observed.
Uxolo mhlonishwa besicela ubuso.
Yabonakala?
Bebungekabonakali mhlonishwa.
Yakabonakala. Manje ke?
Honorable Member, abukabonakali ubuso, but I am sure that with the 200 million that we are giving to parties, caucus support is able to assist honorable members when they are connected to really be in line with the rules.
Madam Speaker?
Honorable Manqele, I will let you go on as I cannot. Whilst I did not mean that the caucus employees must actually be part of the sitting, Honorable Manqele. I thought they will give you the support, but you can continue with your speech.
Thank you, ma'am. May I apologize if there is something wrong, Madam, that I've done. As ACDP, we accept and adopt the Division of Revenue Bill for this coming budget period. We understand that it will strengthen the capacity of both executive and the legislature and also enhance the issues of service delivery, more especially to the poor of the poorest people. Madam Speaker, we also request as ACDP that some budget that is used to the issues like sex workers conferences, some of this budget be taken to the poor people because.
Honorable Manqele?
Yes.
Minute has expired.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move to the Honorable Deputy Chairperson of Committees, Honorable M.A. Zulu, on behalf of the ANC for 7 minutes.
Thanks, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker and other members, allow me to begin this debate by first and foremost congratulating the workers of the world class of the world and those of this country as led by COSATU for the festivities witnessed yesterday across 8 provinces in commemoration of the International Workers' Day under the theme Building the Working Class Unity for the Economic Liberation Towards Socialism. This is, of course, a very bold theme with which, as the ANC, a movement based bias to the poor, toiling masses of our people find resonance. The struggle for socio-economic liberation as a policy position of the ANC identifies the working spaces as site of struggle within a capitalistic system which must be transformed in favor of the proletariat to create a vibrant and an inclusive economy. According to the strategy and tactics of the ANC, the workers remain the foremost important motive forces of the National Democratic Revolution, which is why, therefore, our President Ramaphosa, reiterating the significance of a united and strengthened tripartite alliance as the only vehicle to drive the attainment of the objectives of the NDR. Sifisa ukusebenzisa leli thuba ke lenkulumo mpikiswano somlomo ukuhlaba ikhwele nokubaluleka kobumbano kobimbi uhulumeni kaKhongolose azibophezela kuyona ekuhlangabezeni abasebenzi ezinkalweni zonke ukuxazulula ingqinamba ezikhona nezindleko zempilo ezikhula nsuku zonke. Honorable members, with this said, on the 23rd of March 2023, the National Assembly in its sitting passed the 2023 Division of Revenue Bill, which strikes a balance between building institutional capacity and ensuring real growth in transfers to provinces and municipalities to meet the needs and demands of the growing population. The formula and mechanisms derived from the Section 214/1 of the Constitution, which requires Division of Revenue Act to determine the equitable division of national raised revenue among the 3 spheres of government. This is intended to foster transparency in the sharing of nationally raised revenue and ensure a smooth intergovernmental relations. The significance of this Division of Revenue Bill is to ensure that provinces are allocated revenue per capita to allow largely non-urban and less populated provinces with a smaller revenue base to do properly allocated to meet service delivery targets. In this debate, I'm focusing mainly on the impact of the division of the revenue bill, which will have on local government. I will begin by appreciating the National Treasury, the general increase in local government allocations to the tune of 14.3 billion rand. This will enable the municipalities to resolve some service delivery backlogs and ensure that municipalities adhere to their mandates. It is pleasing to note that the total number of transfers to KZN municipalities is 11 billion, whilst Ethekwini Metro is further allocated 88 million in 2023-2024 and 118 million in 2024-25 financial year for the implementation of phase 1 of the Avoca Node program, which is an investment of 10 billion rand with 120 million annual revenue. This is a progressive development in line with the investment drive spearheaded by the provincial government to position KwaZulu-Natal as a province open for business and investments. The current national share of revenue increases at an annual rate of 0.9%, and its transfer to local government further grows at an average of 7.4%, mainly as a result of the higher than inflation growth in the equitable share. This is therefore viable for the transfers to local government revenues as raised by the municipalities through their revenue raising powers. Madam Speaker, the overall direct allocation to local government is growing also by annual average 5.9% over the MTF. This means that on 2023, the direct transfers will move from 154 million, 188 to 163 million, with an equitable share that is growing much faster. There are, of course, the developmental changes to local equitable shares of 2.5 billion in the financial year 2022-2023, 2.3 billion in 2023-24, and 3.3 billion for 24-25. This will fund the basic services to our municipalities. In terms of the grants, the public network grant of 8 million and for financial year 2024-25 and 13 million for the 13 million for 2025-26 is reprioritized to roll out the funding of the single integrated ticketing system. These are the drastic reforms in the National Electricity Program, INEP, grant, both for ESCOM and municipalities, which will see us having to fund the alternative energy technologies such as rooftop power, solar power, and other energy saving services in line with the plans. These commitments are unveiled by the Premier in the SOPA on the 24th of February. These developments will also speedily address and alleviate the energy crisis for our massive number of households in the province. These are the due processes which will encourage our people to familiarize themselves with in order to access funding for these new developments. As I learned, honorable members, we are, of course, grateful for the opportunity to engage and interact with this bill and highlight some of the issues that will impact us more directly as a province and in our municipalities. We are therefore of the view that the bill deserves our full support as the ANC. I thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Now that we have come to the end of the debate, we will have the response from the chairperson of the Finance Portfolio Committee, Honorable S. Nkosi, for 5 minutes.
Honorable Somlomo, thank you very much for allowing us to respond to this debate. Firstly, want to thank all honorable members who debated in favor of this bill of 2023. That's the first thing. The second thing that I want to mention is that it is very, very important for us to make sure that...
Honorable Nkosi, Honorable Mthethwa. Honorable Mthethwa. Oh, I thought you wanted to raise something because you were a bit over the speaker. You can continue, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Speaker. No, we wanted just to indicate that we, as the members of the Finance Portfolio Committee, raised all the issues that cropped up during the budget hearings when we were engaging with the National Treasury. That's why we're positive that something positive can come out around the midterm. The third issue that I want to raise as well is that we all supported the allocation, as Mageb has indicated, that are allocated to the municipalities where the increase is very, very high, more than 7%. Then, Honorable Rogers, my leader, I support you and agree with you when you support on everything that you have said on the bill. Where we differ is on the belief that we are not going to campaign for the ANC. We'll campaign, we'll stress and flaggers. When it comes to EFF comments, no, Honorable Member, this budget is totally different from the apartheid budget, which favored the haves. This one, if you can look at it, it is redistributive and it favors the downtrodden. That's why then the money is going to the social sector and all those things. So this is what we wanted you to understand. Your own argument, nabangani bakho abadala benkatha, ayingeke ngene mina kulonto ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi nixabane nibangeni. So we can't get it. And anyway, it is not in line with the bill that we processed. Then when it comes to Mageba, really, as you have indicated, Ndabezitha, this is what the bill was all about. So we want to assure all of us that this bill is going to have a positive impact to local government. Honorable Speaker, I don't see time. May I stop there and thank all the honorable members for the debate.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. I do see time from my side. Thank you to all of you, honorable members of the various parties who have participated in this division of revenue bill. Now that we have finished the debate, we will now go to the voting on the final mandate that we will send to the NCOP. The House, therefore, needs to vote on that final mandate. As per the recommendation of the Portfolio Committee on Finance, I now put the question to the House as follows. The KwaZulu-Natal Legislature agrees to confer a final mandate on 1, the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Delegation to the National Council of Provinces to vote in support of the Division of Revenue Bill 2/2023 at the relevant NCOP Select Committee. And 2, the head of the provincial delegation to the NCOP or a delegate designated by the head of delegation to cast a vote in favor of the Division of Revenue Bill 2 of 2023 at the NCOP plenary. As I indicated prior to the start of the debate, I will now go party by party to obtain the vote and thereafter check if any member wishes to record an individual vote. I will start with the IFP.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, honorable leader of the official opposition, the IFP supports the bill. Thank you.
The DA.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. The Democratic Alliance supports the bill.
The EFF. We will have to see the face of the person voting, honorable member, and we couldn't even hear what was the actual vote. If you can be a little bit audible, but show the actual face of the person voting on behalf of the party. For record purposes, sir.
Speaker, the EFF supports the bill.
The NFP.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the National Freedom Party supports the bill.
Well, can we see the face of the member voting on behalf of the National Freedom? Yeah.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I apologize on that. The National Freedom Party supports the bill.
Elming is not in the House, honorable members. We now go to the ACDP. Honorable Bishop.
Speaker, as ACDP, we support the bill.
Voting. Honorable Manqele, here we will really have to see the face that is voting.
It's on, madam. The camera is not muted, it's on. So you're supposed to see me.
Amen.
Hello, madam.
Amen.
Madam Speaker. Now,
as you are sorting yourself, can I continue with ATM and come back to you when you are trying to sort yourself so that we can see the face, Honorable Manqele? Can I go to the ATM?
Honorable Speaker, the ATM supports the bill.
Honorable, the member is here with me in the committee room, but we can't see him on record. Yes.
I'm not muted.
Hmm?
I'm not muted, Speaker. My camera is on. Madam Speaker, the ATM supports the bill.
Honorable members, it looks like there is a bit of a problem, therefore, with some of the gadgets, because I am looking at Honorable Phakathi. As you can see him there on the screen, his camera is on, and IT has seen that is on, and he was unable to be seen by you, honorable members, but we have it on record that he's here with us. That then, if we suspect that then gives Honorable Manqele a benefit of a doubt. Can we go back to Honorable Manqele, because it seems like he might be needing that technical support outside the meeting after we finish the meeting, both himself and Honorable Phakathi with their gadgets. Honorable Bishop, you can vote. We still cannot see you, but you will be assisted after the sitting, Honorable Bishop.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. As ACDP, we do support the bill.
We will now move to the ANC.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, the ANC support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members, I have the votes of all parties. Is there any member who wishes to express an individual vote that is different from their party vote or to abstain? Is there any from the platform, Secretary?
There is none, Madam Speaker.
Okay, seeing that there is none, may I kindly have the tally of the votes?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The voting results are as follows. Votes in favor, 63. Votes against, no. Abstentions, no. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Honorable members, I therefore formally declare the result of the vote as votes in favor 63, vote against nil, vote abstentions nil. The ayes have it. Honorable members, that then concludes voting on the conferral of a final mandate on the division of revenue bill. And the item on the order paper concerning the conferral of a final mandate on the division of revenue bill, Bill 2 of 2023, is concluded. The mandate will be processed and sent through to the NCOP, honorable members. We have now come to the end of the orders of the day, and we must take this opportunity to thank all of you for joining us and apologize to portfolio committees that might have been affected in terms of their programs by the little bit request of the change of time, but we tried to keep to time. The time that we were given is by the WIPS Forum has not even been exhausted. But nonetheless, thank you so much to all of you for coming to be part of this sitting. Now, honorable members, the House is adjourned until the 18th of May, 2023.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Order, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Siyabonga, Speaker. Thank you.
Ethwala uthi inkathi njani?
Siyabonga somlomo. Hey,
Speaker, siyabonga.
Ethwala.
Azema umtshene kahle uthwala ukuthi cha sikhulumi ngalo.